There you go. Hey there. Let's see how delayed this is. There it is. Damn. Yeah, this is my brand new ASMR channel. I'm glad you guys are around now to hear the new inception of the channel here. JK, I just have a couple things I want to talk about here on stream, and maybe play some videos for you guys that some of you guys have sent me on Instagram, which I don't know if you guys noticed, but I do have an Instagram. It's called PigCake69. That's where you find me on Instagram. But there's a problem, and that I've gotten about maybe 27 people sending me the same goddamn message, which is, hey, have you seen this video? Hey, have you seen this video right here? And the answer is, actually, I have seen the video. However, there is another video that I want to talk about here, which also has caught my attention, that people have also sent me and said, hey, are you going to check this out? Yes, I will. And actually, we're going to check it out together because, well, to be honest, I haven't seen the video. I've seen the thumbnail. We got great YouTube content with the hot $9.99. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's going to go to the Pig Cake Prostitution Fund. So that's greatly appreciated. Thank you, sir. And you said, what are we going to talk about today? Well, I just have a small list of things. So the first topic on that is the amount of Instagram messages that I've received just based on, hey, do you know, have you seen his Jibrizy video? Have you seen it? And I've seen the Instagram one. I have not seen the other one, which we're actually going to watch together. I was going to start the stream at like 3. And I was going to do a little bit. Actually, no, I was going to tease this at 3. I was going to be like, oh, let me just have a little bit of an event so that you guys could go and see, oh, Piggy's going to start streaming at 4. But I was trying to figure out the audio this entire time. And it turns out I had to do some weird voice meter shit in the background in order for you guys not only to be able to hear me, but also be able to hear the video that I'm going to play for you guys here. Let me just make sure everything on this side. The amount of OBS videos that I've watched in the past, I would say, I don't know, 30 minutes of what sounds like to be toddlers saying, so this is how you fix the OBS, is astonishing, the amount of people I've heard. So, you know what? Let's just jump right into it. Let's just jump right into it. Oh God, I almost don't want to do this. So we're gonna take this off, right? We're gonna take this off, and then we're gonna put this, which is a brand new video that I just saw. Thumbnail. This is apparently a video about Jibrizy, who's now a hypnotist. Something I was very fearful of because hypnotism does lead itself to be very easily fakeable, and especially knowing that Jibrizy has already faked shit, which we're gonna see in this video, it's gonna be very apparent that there's no fucking way Jibrizy is a hypnotist. There's no absolute way. So let's just jump right into it. Awful. Okay, you guys also have to let me know about the audio because I see that it works here. So let's just give it a little bit. I'm gonna play the first 5 seconds and you guys let me know if you can hear it. I see that you can hear it, but I just want to make sure that the audios are hot.
Imagine you're walking on the streets all alone and you see a crowd of people.
God damn it. I already want to hang myself. It's low? Okay, so I'll raise it up. I don't want to raise it up too high because then you know what happens. Then you really want to end up shooting yourself in the face hole. So I'm going to put this at -10. Actually, yeah, -10. I think that's as much as I can tolerate Jibrizy. So
you're going to do something.
Let's just play this from the start.
Imagine you're walking on the streets all alone and you see a crowd of people. And you're going to do something amazing. But the only thing is, all you have is yourself. So what will you do? You're going to do street hypnosis.
Hold up. Hold the door. Somebody hold the door. Hold up. Hold up. Did I hear the fucking fire alarm?
only thing is, all you have is yourself. So
no,
what
there's
will you
no way.
do?
Oh my, is this a prank? Is this an actual prank? With, what? He kept the fire, are you fucking pranking me right now?
But the only thing is, all you have is yourself. So what will you do?
Oh my, come on Jibrizy, you're better than this. Come on, hold up. Let's go over here. Let's go to new tab. Let's check this out over here. Oh my god, how does that, come on, how is this possible? How is this possible? Hashtag get Piggy to 100K. I want that button. I want to surpass this. Come on, who is this guy? All right, let's see this. If you guys haven't seen this video, it's absolutely phenomenal. But before anything, I just want to show you guys here, if you guys haven't seen this video and or the video that I made parodying it. But the fucking smoke detector doesn't have the battery replaced.
Who are you?
My name is Jibrizy.
Come on. Come on, guy. And first of all, the background noise on that.
Who are you?
My name is Jibrizy. I am one of the...
My guy, that is one preset on Premiere. You literally drag and drop one preset from Premiere and you're good to go. You don't need to... And now even like diminish the sound of the alarm at least a little bit. This guy's like editing this. He hears that alarm and he's like, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, we don't have to reshoot that. That's cool. God damn it. So let's already, by the way, how long did it take for me to lose my absolute shit in this video? It took less than, we'll see when the alarm comes up.
Imagine you're walking on the streets all alone and you see a crowd of people and you're gonna do something amazing. But the only thing is, all you have is yourself. So what will you do?
13 seconds. 13 seconds and I'm already done. 13 seconds is all it took for me to just see that this guy is insane. You can Robbie Thomas here says my smoke alarm beeps every 30 seconds. Replace the battery, dude. That's what the fuck it means. It means replace your goddamn battery. That's the low battery indicator. And that, yeah, okay, so let me just take the battery off or just deal with that and deal with that sound and with the possibility that I'm not gonna be able to like detect smoke. So come on, man.
You're gonna do street hypnosis.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna hypnotize a random stranger.
Yeah, I guess,
on the
chillax.
street.
That makes sense. Rather have 30,000 genuine piggers than 200,000 fakos. I mean, we get roughly similar views. We get roughly similar views depending on the video. And I'm not like one to like brag, oh, look at my views. Because, you know, I don't really fucking care. All I want is just people watching my shit and people to learn. But ultimately, we get similar views, even though he has about 20 times the fucking...
In just a matter of moments and have everyone shocked and awed.
Look this way, look that way, look this way. Sleep, getting deeper and deeper.
Oh, this is the fucking prank invasion of hypnosis.
Sinking into the pavement, that's right, getting deeper and deeper and deeper.
You're gonna be able to do your first ever successful induction and make someone fall under a trance under your command.
Look this way.
Oh god, you hear it again? Dude, what is wrong with this guy, dude?
Look that way, look this way. Sleep, getting deeper and deeper and deeper, just relaxing.
Hold up.
This way. Sleep, getting deeper and deeper and deeper, just relaxing.
You'll be able to control a person completely and fully. Imagine.
Okay, this is gonna come from a perspective of somebody who's studied hypnosis expansively and had a large portion of his life dedicated to wanting to be a hypnotist, believe it or not. That's something that I wanted to do for a long time. You know, street hypnosis is something that I'm not really necessarily familiar with in terms of just getting somebody inducted in this short amount of time. Anytime, I don't know if you guys remember this, but in the market a couple years ago, there was something called, fuck, it's by some Asian fellow. I forgot what the actual name of the product was. Snap, Shock, Penguin Magic released Zap. Fucking Zap. So this pretty much touted that you were able to go to people on the street that you haven't met and under 10 seconds induce them heavily into hypnosis where you're able to do, you know, whatever it is that you want to them. And, you know, sometimes with the right people it works, but you need to have a certain type of person that's very susceptible to susceptible to being hypnotized, which is where you need to start with those little games, and you need to start with the the little test that you give them, right? And then from there you can subsequently eliminate people that are better subjects for hypnosis. But I feel like Jibrizy circumvents that by just buying the people that he fucking decides to hypnotize here. Now I don't know, because his induction method here.
Look this way.
What's he doing? Look this way.
This way. Look that way.
Look that way. The guy doesn't even follow it correctly.
Look this way.
And he's not even come on, dude. Who are you fucking fooling right now, dude?
Sleep. Getting deeper.
Oh
deeper,
my god,
deeper,
dude.
Just relaxing.
You'll be able to control a person completely and fully. Imagine making yourself completely invisible. They can hear you, but they can't see you. And everyone else can realize it.
You can hear me, but
you know what this fucking guy did? I can almost guarantee you he saw the demo video for Anthony Jacquin's Manchurian Candidate. He saw the demo video and he's like, I could fake that. I could fake that. And he's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm a hypnotist now, guys. I don't know if you know that. But, come on, man.
you can't see me on the count of two and I wake you up.
Anybody who knows about hypnosis sees this and you're like, this, right off the bat, you know that this is absolute garbage and bullshit.
Or even hypnotizing a person to think that their feet are glued to the floor.
Okay, I mean, that's the standard one. See, right now is more of a realistic approach here where he has a group of people and he is, you know, you don't know what happened before, but almost more than likely, at least this is more truthful here, because this is how hypnosis is typically done. You have a group of people and then you go them through, you get them through the tests, the initial tests. And then from there, you're able to pick out subjects that are going to react better and are more susceptible to suggestion. So this, at least, is a more realistic perception. But even then, it's you sprinkle in truth, and you know you're putting a hat on a piece of shit. That's the way I see it. So you see a piece of shit on the ground, you put a cute little hat on it. It's still a piece of shit.
Count to two and I wake you back up. 1, 2, wake up. How you guys doing? Doing good? You know. Here, try to move over here.
Demonetized.
Or maybe even hypnotizing them to have amnesia and completely forget they were ever hypnotized to begin with.
You wake up. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Doing good, Cam?
No, that's Karu Shijar. That's just the way they edited this. That's not to say that he did that, because this sort of technique and this sort of thing and phenomena only happens with a very limited amount of people. It doesn't really necessarily happen to everyone. Again, if you're hypnotized, it's not like you're not conscious and you're not aware of your things, but you have to be a certain type of person that's very susceptible to suggestion to be able to be suggested that, you know, invisibility almost, and oh, you don't see this or you don't see that. So it's very certain limited amount of person, and I doubt that Jibrizy would actually bother to find a person and rather just get somebody that he paid or told, hey, reacted this way, which we're gonna see in this video. Has to be the method. There's no fucking way, but we're gonna see that in a little bit.
Nice to meet you. You ever been hypnotized before? Never been hypnotized? No. Ever? No. That's crazy.
So exactly what makes this street hypnosis course different from every other street hypnosis course? Let me answer that question and some more. Learning from this program, you'll be able to hypnotize anyone, anywhere, at any time.
That's a very bold claim.
You'll be able to use a set piece of street hypnosis, even if you're completely new to this whole experience.
Set piece, yeah. So this guy just bought a fucking Manchurian Candidate DVD, and he's like, I could do that.
You'll be able to use the #1 test to see who's the best candidate for street hypnosis to perform.
Let me guess, magnetic fingers?
On people.
Let me guess, magnetic hands?
And leave them absolutely
the fucking the
You'll
heavy
be able to know
light
how to
test.
people with complete confidence, even if you're shy, and hypnotize them right underneath your trance. You'll even have the charisma.
He was gonna say nose, but then he realized that doesn't make sense.
The energy to make sure that you stay the hypnosis master and the whole complete session of when you're hypnotizing people under.
My guy, dude, you hear the alarm. You're in the fucking house. You hear the alarm. You're like, let's just redo that, or just get a fucking battery, dog. Jesus.
Your trance.
Killing me here.
Who here wants to be hypnotized? Raise your hand. Who want to try it? You want to try it? I need another person. I want another person.
You'll even know what to do if a person seems like they're even coming out of a trance. You'll even know how to do instant inductions, a shock induction, a handshake induction, and even a slow, gradual hand to the face induction where you put them asleep, all at the very end, like a master should.
Yeah, my guy just literally bought Manchurian Candidate by Anthony Jacquin.
At the end of this, you're only gonna learn how to do powerful street hypnosis.
Holy shit. Let's see the comments here. Let's read the comments. Yeah, that's phenomenal. First comment right here is this guy. Oh my god, this kills me. You haven't fixed that smoke alarm. You live in fucking, I don't know. Can't even pronounce that. I'll drive over. Ah, that's great. Whoever this guy is, you're phenomenal. Magic man, you're the best. So yeah, man. I mean, this guy literally just bought Manchurian Candidate, and that's it. $100 to regurgitate fucking outpost of that is actually nothing. Most seminars are what? Jesus, dude. The DVD set is like $100, dude. And that's a one thing. No, DVD set, sorry, it's not $100. I think the last time I saw it, it was like 80 on fucking Amazon. Are you fucking pranking me right now? This guy's offering a course where he's gonna regurgitate information from a DVD, and then that's what he's gonna fucking present for people. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Love your videos. Come on, man. Who is it? Who this? Hold up. Who said I love your video? Who this? Somebody's plugging his mixtape. Somebody's literally plugging his mixtape. This is what we have here. Love your work. Let's see who the fuck Beat Fanatic is. Let's see this guy, dude. Come on, my guy. Let's see who he likes. I already see fucking, what's this, Logan Paul? Let's see if we can see who he's subbed to. Uploads. Okay, so he drops some beats. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to get copyright strikes, but let's see here. JD. Or YD, sorry. This is his thing. Face to face with KSI. Supreme memes. Yeah, this guy's Jibrizy Magic. Oh my fucking god. Dank meme. Yeah, this guy's 13 fucking years old. That explains everything. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so that's Jibrizy's How to Hypnotize. I can't imagine Jibrizy would add anything else to the table that Anthony Jacquin, even Spidey, I see you guys mentioning Spidey in the comments, hasn't fucking already talked about. He's just gonna regurgitate shit he's seen, and whenever he's not able to do it, he'll just tell somebody how to fucking react. I mean, I can't imagine that being that difficult. Jesus Christ. Let's read these comments. I know I've kind of ignored them. Let's go through these and see if I missed anything here. Who won the giveaway? It's in the description. It's in the description, my guy. You can't be shy and hypnotize someone. Yeah, and with projecting this false image of yourself that you know what you're doing. That's kind of the whole secret to hypnosis. His bro, I might do that. He reminds me of EvanEra. That's phenomenal. Logan Paul, yeah, that tells you everything. I hope this chat isn't under top chat only. I hope that I'm not missing any sort of, because that's gonna suck. So okay, let's see this. This one is from Instagram. If you guys haven't seen it already, this, I mean, it's not really too much of a secret. It's not too much of a secret in terms of the method to this trick, right? This is a vanishing box of cards. Let's see Jibrizy perform it.
Watch this. I'm gonna take the box of cards, place it inside.
Okay, so let's just talk about something here real quick. Again, I'm not a huge fan of exposing things, but I think pretty much mostly everyone knows about this shit. This is a shell, right? So this deck is a shell, and in the back of it, it has black, so it's very black on it, so that when you insert it inside of this little black box with the open front, it looks like it disappeared, right? So right now, blonde bitch number one is staring right at the gimmick. Usually this trick is done at the table with this part right here face down, right? And the box obviously has a sort of a little bit of a black thing on it, so it matches the inside of the box. So there's no way you could fucking do this There's no gimmick that exists where you could do this particular vanishing box trick to the spectators like this, and they're not seeing something.
Of the box. Watch. Boom.
What? What?
Come
Where did
on.
it go? Where did it go? That doesn't make any sense.
It's Jibrizy. Double tap this video and don't forget to go ahead and comment your 5th most used emoji as your reaction to that magic trick. Peace out.
Is this a prank? Is this like a prank? Like we're just gonna get Piggy here? We're just gonna get Piggy upset with with that. Are you kidding me right now, dude? So yeah, I mean, again, it's not really it's not a crazy trick, I'm sure. And there's a lot of good stuff you could do with this, by the way. James Brown has a wonderful card on box technique that he uses where this is the closer. So this little bit that the entire box disappears is wonderful. I think it's on his first DVD set. I can't remember the name of it now. I know it's not Professional Opportunist, but he has another DVD set that's a wonderful variation of this trick. But again,
place it inside.
There's no way you could do this trick with that
of the box
angle. So what the fuck has this guy learned? Like, what has he learned? Absolutely fucking nothing, you know? This guy that comes out with this whole thing, he's copying these Asian magicians who are already, you know, exposing their shit, but they're doing it for, I guess, humorous shit. Jibrizy goes on to expose stuff that's on the market, being sold, shit that came out like last year, pretty much. Last year, and, you know, I don't think anything that came out this year in particular, but it's like, my guy, get the fuck out of here with this fucking... What? Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with that bullshit, boy. So that is just something that I saw, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. There's no way. This guy, like, come on, my guy. So that's the topic of Jibrizy. Oh boy, I gotta tell you, you know, it's a lost cause at this point. He has talent when it comes to, you know, social media. He definitely has talent. He definitely has the, you know, the knowledge base to just do great, but instead he chooses to do this garbage. So, you know, obviously I'm not a big fan of this. Let me see if again I missed anything here that's hot. Yeah, so I don't know. A lot of you guys sent me that on Instagram, and they're like, "Pig Cake, have you seen this? Pig Cake, have you seen this?" And yeah, yeah, I saw the vanishing box one, but I had no idea the hypnosis one was that bad. So I could hypnotize, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that anybody, well, not anybody, because obviously Jibrizy has to pay people, but hypnosis is one of those things that I really, really love, and I really would love to have more information on in terms of like actual studies and shit. And when I was getting my degree and contemplating getting my dissertation, I thought heavily about doing it on hypnosis and doing it on, you know, just studying it more in depth. So that's one of the things that I really, really want to do. So I studied hypnosis for a long, long time. It's a great thing, you know. It's wonderful to see the variations and how you could apply it to magic and the different ways you could do it. Anthony Jacquin has a wonderful course on it. Orville Meyer, I think, has a wonderful book. So can I teach hypnosis? I mean, there's not much to teach that hasn't already been taught. So pretty much hypnosis is just a combination of finding the right subjects, and if you're working with somebody one-on-one, just, you know, getting into the right frame of mind for you to be able to do whatever it is that you need to do, whether that's they want to, you know, supposedly stop smoking or do other things like that. But it gets into a whole world of like what James Randi calls juju, when you get to past life regressions and all that shit. So, you know, it's kind of shit in that case. Let me turn this off so it's not taking up too many resources. But yeah, to see Jibrizy do that, I'm pretty sure he's just going to regurgitate shit. And just knowing his track record, that's the thing. Knowing his track record of obviously stooging spectators. And in that last video, there's no way for you to do that trick with that angle. So already, that's concrete evidence that Jibrizy has no problem telling people how to react. And he hasn't learned from when he got busted. So that's the baseline. So with that as a baseline, Jibrizy's offering a hypnosis class so that he's going to teach people how to be able to hypnotize and induce and do. Oh, sorry, my Piggy logo is not up here. So yeah, so he's going to teach people how to do that. Like, what credence And what is going to make me as a consumer think that you are going to be able to bring something new to the book or teach me how to do hypnosis properly if you have a track record for faking spectators? So what is stopping me from thinking that you just faked all those spectators inductions in that video? Nothing. So it's like, all right. All right, dude. Come on, dude. Get the fuck out of here. So let's see the comments here. Is he black? Yeah, Jibrizy's black, I guess. That's kind of a weird question. Play Fortnite? I don't have Fortnite. You can't do it from that angle to spectators. Yeah, you definitely cannot do it to that angle to any spectator, because obviously the method is that I mean, there really hasn't been any sort of oh, there you go, live chat. There hasn't been any sort of addition to the vanishing box gimmick, so it's like, dude, come on. I concur in the vanishing unless you're using the darkest material known to man. No, not even that, dude, because imagine you're showing them supposedly a box, right? So Austin, I'll be here. You're showing them a box, right? The box is the bicycle deck. That goes inside of this black container, and then the box disappears. When you turn it on its side like that, they see the gimmick. They're seeing the back of the card box, which is nothing. It's literally a black, what do you call this? A black shell. So there's no way to perform that trick in that angle. So you know that he's using spectators. You know that he's using spectators, that he's told the method, and he's told to react a certain way ahead of time. So it really fucking, you know, adds or takes away credibility from him doing something like a hypnosis course where you know he's fucking telling people how to react and telling people, oh, pretend like you're hypnotized. And even from that hypnosis video, you saw, oh, look this way, look that way. Now look both these ways, go to sleep. That's not how it fucking works. That is not how it fucking works. So Reload by Marcus Eddy, yeah, but that's a completely different thing. Reload by Marcus Eddy, you're showing the card box empty and the cards are appearing inside of the box. Here, you're showing a box of cards. You're putting that box inside of another little black box, and then it disappears. So that's a very different thing. Why did he just film it from a different angle? I think it's about the aesthetic, honestly. He has that sort of Julius Dean sort of bullshit where he wants his face to be on camera and he wants the spectators to look at the trick and at the same time show it to the audience. But at the same time, there are ways to do that where you could still manage your blocking and manage your angles, make the spectators legitimate, like have the spectators still be legitimate and still get the same reactions. He doesn't need to tell the spectators how to react or stooge the spectators like in that sort of way. It's ridiculous. Like, come on, man. Gang chicken wang. All right, that's already telling me the that hypnosis was sort of bullshit. I know 2 hypnotists working stage shows. I mean, yeah, as somebody who at least has a little bit of knowledge in hypnosis, you could just see that and be like, okay, you know, unless they edited this in a certain way, and judging from his track record, it's ridiculous. Also, horrible spectator acting. That's really funny. How long did you take debate in high school? Not at all. I never took debate. That's actually something we didn't have. Give him cold case. Yeah. I mean, cold case again it's used as a tool, so you're just switching cards. But I could imagine that he'll do the move right in front of the spectator or do something like it has to be something visual that he does. So it's like a snap change or something that is very angle sensitive that he'll do with the spectator right behind him, and they'll still be like, "Oh shit, how'd you do that?" Nah. Ridiculous. Okay, so the other thing on my list here is watch somebody buy that. Yeah, if somebody here has already purchased that, I definitely would love to get you on and talk to you on a Discord. If you guys have actually, somebody watching here has actually purchased something from, you know, if you've purchased a Jibrizy sort of, what do you call this? The swag kit. If you've purchased the course, even if you've purchased, we'll go for EvanEra here. If you've purchased one of EvanEra's pen through dollars on his store that he sells for I think 25, and he bought for 2 cents from wish.com. So if somebody here, I definitely would love to get you on. Let's see. The sad thing is that as long as he keeps making all the money off YouTube and these fake courses, he doesn't. Yeah, that's the problem, because he's alienating the magic community. And I feel like, you know, you could do so much by just being humble, and you could have so many doors open to you by being humble and by, you know, just giving credit where credit's due. Like, fuck, I wouldn't have the doors open that I have open if I wasn't humble, if I didn't realize, oh, there are people that are infinitely better at me in every aspect of what I do. and being honest. I think that's the best thing, being honest with people. But Jibrizy has none of that, so unfortunately, he's yeah, he's a big fuck you to magicians. I feel like he knows that magicians are gonna be like, dude, you're a piece of shit. What are you doing here? What are you doing with this? So Sijin here says, should I study hypnosis? Really depends, man. If you want to do it for psychology, those are two, I think, infinitely different things. I made the same mistake thinking that by studying psychology in college, it would aid me with hypnosis, and that was the furthest thing that I could have ever done. Studying hypnosis is going to help you with hypnosis. So studying psychology is just going to, you know, you're going to have a better understanding of the brain. You're going to have a better understanding of people, behavior and shit, but there's no fucking, I mean, studying hypnosis is the best thing, right? The other thing on my list here that I want to talk about was the Uri Geller thing that I put up today. Uri Geller, if you guys don't know, he is a very, very famous psychic performer, for lack of a better term. He got his popularity in the 70s. If you guys aren't aware of him, I made a video on it today. You guys should totally check it out after the stream if you guys haven't done so already. I want to do a couple more of those sort of biographical profile pieces on certain people. Not necessarily just magicians, but they could be anybody that I have an interest in. And Uri Geller is somebody that I've been interested in pretty much most of my life in terms of, you know, in terms of, what do you call this? His life, his story, and everything that he's done, you know, his whole bouts with James Randi. And I saw a lot of comments that people were talking about. That's funny, Archie Cargo. You should hit me up on Twitter because I have a lot of information about that. So yeah, so a lot of people didn't know about his dealings with Nintendo, and he actually had a lawsuit against Nintendo to the point where Nintendo did not print Kadabra cards. Apparently, from what I was reading, they could not print any more Kadabra cards during the entire lawsuit for that period of time because of what he was claiming, and that it was pretty much based entirely on him. And the symbolism on his stomach was pretty much laughing and poking fun at him because they knew that he was a Jew, which is obviously not the case. But, you know, he was very... I'm just hoping that I don't get a copyright strike on that video because that seems to be the trend for most videos on Uri. So, I mean, I don't think I was too detrimental on him, but, you know, still... mostly with Game Freak. Yeah. So it was pretty much on that idea on Kadabra being fucking a replica of him, which is just ridiculous. I think Billy Mitchell, if you guys are aware of him, he recently had this whole bout where his Donkey Kong records were put into question and shit. He also had a lawsuit with, I think it was Cartoon Network for something like that. I forgot, it was a while ago. Do a video on Criss Angel. Yeah, I have a list of people that I'm interested in on my post-it note wall right here next to my my laptop, I guess. But as far as people, you know, because on this channel it's unfortunate and fortunate that I obviously have people that are interested in what I do, but also unfortunate in that sometimes people don't tend to like stuff that's outside of magic. So if I might do, like, for example, a commentary video on something that I think is interesting, people come to the channel mostly for magic. So I feel like I kind of limited myself with that. So I feel like I need to do a different channel where I could just do stuff that's not magic related. So I don't necessarily alienate the magic crowd, but that's just still something that I got to figure out myself. But a couple of the people aren't necessarily magicians. They're just people that I think are interesting people. And a couple of the people are not necessarily, they're not magicians, but they are magic related. So they're psychics and stuff like that. Psychics, liars, frauds, dicks, bitches, I guess, for lack of a better term. But I just hate that whole community. I really do. I cannot stand the whole psychic community. It's a really unfortunate thing to look at somebody, look at a grieving. If you guys saw that psychic video that I made, man, you really have to be a very, very, like, lack of emotion. You have to be a very psychotic person, I think, to be able to look at a mother who's lost their daughter, lost their son, and look at them and tell them stuff that you don't have any idea of. So to look at them and to tell them, hey, you're a fucking, or no, your daughter is in a forest and it was not a pretty death. Like, you don't know that. You don't know the circumstance of the whole situation. You're just making guesses. And this happened with Sylvia Brown so many times. She was on the Montel Williams show, and she's telling parents, oh yeah, your son died by an African-American man. It was very violent. He died very soon after he was missing. The guy was found like months later. Get the fuck out of here. And, you know, there have sometimes that Sylvia Brown has said, oh yeah, no, she's all right. We just need to find her. Dead. Like the kid was unfortunately killed hours after they were, you know, reported as missing. But these people don't care about that. They care about airtime. They care about, I guess, ratings back in the day. They care about attention. They don't care about, you know, the fact that you're ruining somebody's life. Awful. Fucking awful, man. It's very interesting to do a second channel or Twitter. Well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of one of the things I'm wrestling, because I feel like I have other content that I think would work out, but it's not magic related. Yeah, Piggy, do you think they are so much of them? I think most of your followers love all the stuff that I think so too, but I just don't want to alienate people that are just in there for magic. So if I just start making videos that aren't magic related, it's just going to turn a lot of people off. I feel like the better thing to have would be another channel where I could just drop all the stuff that's not magic related, while still, you know, obviously providing on the magic side, not ever taking anything away from that. So that was my idea with Twitch. You know, I enjoy playing old games, and I do like that there are certain people that are fans of older games. So rather than play the games on YouTube, that's what I have a Twitch for. So I'll just play those games on Twitch. So that's something that I particularly enjoy. You know what? I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna look that up right now. Not the Twitch, obviously, but I'm looking up Sylvia Brown being incorrect on the Montel Williams show. What's happening? Something's happening right now in the background. What? Okay. Okay, thank you. Piggy, by the way, with a professional layout. You guys, if you guys haven't hit that like button, look at this professional layout I got here. I got Piggy in the middle. You got the modulating thing here, reacting to my voice. Oh boy, Piggy's come a long way. Oh shit. So let's look this up. Sylvia Brown exposed. Let's see. Fails to predict her own death. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Let's see. Sylvia Brown. Let's just look up wrong. I think wrong is a better one. And then they say, oh yeah, you know, obviously this isn't a science. You know, we can't always be right. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of here. So let's see this one. This is from CNN. I'm probably going to get a hit on this. Okay, let's go here. Window capture. Hello, window capture. Hello. Sometimes see you stand outside. Okay. Ah, that's why. Okay, I got it. I got it. Piggy got this. Window capture, boy. You guys got to let me know if the audio is good. I think it will be. Let's give it a little bit of a test. Yeah, okay. So let's just get Cartoon Mooney as a sponsor. I mean, pretty much they're already a sponsor, dude. They're already a sponsor, pretty much. They've definitely gotten some hotness. I mean, they've sent me some stuff. Obviously, they haven't paid me to tell them, or to tell you know, you guys about how amazing their fucking shit is. But just the way they've treated me in terms of just sending that based on a joke, I'm like, ah, yeah, you guys are that. So might as well be.
Predicting love or the lack thereof.
Can you tell me where my love life's going?
Nowhere.
But there's nothing funny when it comes to predicting life or death.
She's gone, honey. Do you know where she's at?
Look at
in
this.
The house or under the house.
In that case, psychic Sylvia Brown was right.
Let's mute this.
What a horrible human being.
There you go. Hold on, let's see.
I hate this when they're in.
Amanda's mom is the one no longer alive. She came home from the psychic's reading, telling the Cleveland Plain dealer she was devastated. She died a little more than a year later after being hospitalized with pancreatitis. Now Sylvia Brown is getting ripped on social media. Brown is a grief vampire, nothing short of evil. Yet all the time, words describing the man who... Yeah, there was another one. I'm trying to remember who it was that she or he
talked about pretty much saying, oh yeah, your son's dead, he's gone. And obviously that's coming from your ass. Like, where are you pulling this information from? You don't have any sort of like, you know, any sort of like knowledge base on anything with the case that the police don't know. So what do you have to add to it other than you just taking a random guess there? So, I mean, she took like a 50-50 shot. Because imagine if that girl happened to have died, or if she was, you know, found in that place, then Sylvia Browne could say, oh, see, look, I said and I was right. But if she didn't, she just comes out looking like an asshole. And I don't think Sylvia Browne cares, or cared, because she's fucking dead, thank God, cared enough to even worry about being wrong. Awful, awful human. Let's see these comments. Yeah, your face flashed, that's funny. There's a psychic video of someone who predicted the death of someone in the next room. Yeah, but again, okay, do you know the name of the video? My thing is that I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but everything that we know is pointing at it not existing as of now. That's what I'm saying, you know, because it's kind of ridiculous that somebody could, and in that psychic video, I talk in a little bit more detail about that fucking bullshit, about that guy talking about Matt Lauer saying, oh yeah, you know, your father was very, like, you don't know that. Ridiculous, man, ridiculous. So that's just what I was kind of ranting on. But pretty much going back to my initial topic here, which was Uri Geller. Uri Geller, if you guys don't know him, let's just look up his Wikipedia. I like saying Wikipedia. Uri Geller. Uri Geller. Let's look this up. This is Uri Geller right over here. Hey, boy. Yeah, that's Uri Geller right over there. He was 71, pretty old now, but he was pretty much well known. He got to start in the late 60s, I want to say early 70s. As I mentioned, he was working clubs, and then he got attention in TV in you know, his hometown. And from there, he was able to pretty much make a career out of bending spoons and making all these claims on TV. But what really added credence to his thing was a study done by the Stanford Institute, which is funny because the Stanford Institute has no relation to the actual university. It only is by name. So it's really, really funny. And he was able to fool the scientists there. And then from there, that's when James Randi kind of, you know, was able to do the whole Alpha Project. And that was a whole can of worms. But it's interesting to see his life and where he, you know, what he was able to accomplish just based on being able to bend spoons, supposedly. The most interesting video I think that I've ever seen is, let me see if I could find it here on YouTube, is the one that I showed by the BBC, which is of him actually performing when he didn't know that there were cameras on him. That was I think the most telltale video. Let me see if I can find it. Uri Geller caught. Let's see, Uri Geller caught. Might be this one right here, Uri Geller's technique. Let me put this on over here. Window capture. Okay. So right here. So this is Uri Geller. Let's see.
And began to rub
right
the spoon.
Here's the video. It's a little bit low, but it's fine.
Somehow discovered the hidden cameras. This was hailed as proof of his psychic powers. But before he rumbled Noel's plot, he performed some feats in a way that critics think is revealing.
This is a great video. It's a longer video. But pretty much, Uri at this point, he thinks that he's only performing for her and that people are just, you know, jumping on saying, oh my God, do that again. But the truth of the matter is that he is being caught under hidden camera and he doesn't know. So that's a very interesting position to be in, because you're able to see pretty much what his methods are, and his methods are very similar to, if not the same as, the standard method of just bending when it's not fucking looking. So here, I think, let's just mute this real quick. Here he does, he stands up, right? And when he stands up, he just bends the fucking spoon. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. And you see how much the spoon's bent from when it initially started. You see there, right? All the way to here, where he shows the spoon after making this very bold and brazen gesture of standing up. So yeah, that's a So that's a very telltale one. Here he also does a drawing duplication. I don't think they showed here, but he does a drawing dupe where he's able to apparently replicate the drawing that the spectator makes, but it's very evident that he's peeking through his fingertips at the spectator. Let's see if I could find that particular video. Yeah, right here. This, all right. Okay, and you have James Randi talking about it too. Oh, great. I think it's called the Gypsy Peek. Let's put this back. So over here, he's doing the Gypsy Peek, right? Which is a wonderful fucking technique. If you guys haven't ever done it, it's amazing. Pretty much, you have the spectator draw something, right? You turn your entire body away so that the last thing they see of you is that your entire demeanor is turned away. And then you could even cover your eyes like this. But he turns back so that his eye line is right exactly where it needs to be to peek at the drawing. One-on-one, this works phenomenally. And I think that's what James Randi's talking about. But pretty much the Gypsy Peek is that you cover one eye and you have your other eye exposed, but that eye is closed. But the eye that's being covered by your hand is open. So you're able to peek through your finger and underneath your hand. But the perception is that obviously you can't see shit. Wonderful. Very, very good. Let's see if I missed something here. Stream is lagging by 10 minutes to you, Dan. Might be your wife, or not your wife, your god damn it. Wait, your video on the profile is gone? Really? No way. I haven't gotten any sort of notification about that. Yeah, come on, man. Look up cringe fake psychics get caught. Let's see that. I have to stretch here to get the keyboard. Fake. Ah, son of a bitch. Hold up. What's the video here? Fake. Cringe. Fake. Psychic caught. Oh yeah, these are there are a couple of good ones here. Proof that Hollywood Medium is totally fake. There's one that's specifically busts 3 psychics. I think it's this one. Let me see if I could find it here. Nope, that's not it. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I could find it. I hope I could find it. It's 3 psychics caught, I think. How do you pronounce B-Wave? B-Wave. Fake psychic caught. Let me see if I could find this. I know there's 3. 3. Where is this fucking video? 3 fake frauds. I don't know if it's this guy. Oh, right here. Got him. This is amazing. This video is amazing. I can't play with audio too much.
Dr. Kieran O'Keefe.
But let's just go right through this and I'll tell you guys what's happening if you haven't seen this already. But this video is so good. So good. Pretty much they hire 3 psychics, right, to give them different readings about some bullshit that they made up. They faked this, right? So this isn't real. There was never a George Bull. But they end up all having these weird sort of and I think they made a fake website too. Let's see.
So I've got Kieran to write me a fake history.
There you go.
Which I've printed onto official looking chocolate factory pamphlets. The story has also spent the past week posted on the theatre's website, and I've even hung a picture in the foyer.
There you go. Yeah, so they made a fake website and they hired these 3 psychics to come in. It's so cringe, dude. It is the cringiest video I've ever seen because these guys, they just come in and they're like, I'm getting a G. I'm getting a G. Yeah, I think there was a guy named George who lived here. And then their reactions at the end. Let's see if we could get some little spurts here.
The horses are not very settled. They're moving about. So he may have got kicked by a horse. He went down.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, and then one of the things they mentioned in the fake thing was that he got kicked, or he died because of a horse accident. Phenomenal.
It was the horse that put him down in some way.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
This guy's
I think
awesome.
to really get to the bottom of this, it would be great if you could go into a trance.
I didn't. Okay.
Okay, let's see her in the trance. Come on.
Astonishingly, Goldie has actually summoned the ghost of my made-up factory manager. Her deception is almost complete.
Come on. Oh, I'm already my whole body's cringing.
You okay, Goldie?
Oh, sorry.
You okay?
Oh my goodness.
What I'd be really interested to get out of this is some surnames, if possible, to try and kind of pinpoint these people.
Okay, she's giving me Bull.
Bull, nice.
Dog. Bull, dog.
So what's his name?
George.
I've got George and I've got Bull.
Wow.
Goldie's definitely...
What a fucking joke. Come on. Come on. I mean... And then the worst part is that in this video, they tell them at the end, they're like, yeah, you know, we made everything up. So let's go through this. Hold up, let's go through this. Oh my goodness.
Researched my internet story. Kevin, on the
this
other
guy
hand,
killed me.
seems to be relying solely on squeezing me for information.
Can you
see?
Yeah. Yeah, you sure?
Yeah, positive.
100%?
Hold up, let's see.
Shows.
Oh, okay, hold
fake
up.
manager's port.
Hold up, okay, so I think he's trying to figure out this guy's name.
No.
So, I've decided to show him the fake manager's portrait I planted earlier that conveniently has a name plaque, George Bull.
Staring right at it. Let's see this.
Shows. Shows. Shows.
You getting a name coming through?
Do you know the initials of his second name? Was it B?
Yeah.
Was it Bull?
It was.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's what I got.
Is that the guy
Yeah.
that you've been channeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
What the fucking name, dude?
100%?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
101%. That is very certain.
Without any help from me, Philip has already identified a fat, angry manager called George who had an accident. And I'm curious to see if he's prepared to confirm the details contained in my fake history leaflet.
You seem pretty sure that the George you got is this guy, George Bull?
Yeah, I'm sure, but as I said, if we can get an earlier picture of him, it might...
Let's mute this so I don't get hit. He looks like a dickhead. This is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. Okay, hold up. Is this where he tells him? I don't know.
Up. And,
oh, he did.
Big.
Philip, can I tell you something?
Go on.
This history here is entirely made up. And that picture is just a random picture with...
Oh.
Such a good job of retelling my fake story. I've decided to put on a special treat for her.
What the fuck?
A reenactment of George Bull's tragic accident.
Is he okay?
I've been kicked by horses!
You're in the wrong place.
Is that what it was like, though?
Yeah. It was more down the bottom legs, though.
Oh my
Goldie,
god.
can I tell you something?
Yes,
You've made it up.
All the things that you channeled today, like, you know, George Bull, the American manager...
Yeah, you're going to tell me that he's got nothing to do with it.
Well, I have to tell you, that all came from a story that I made up.
Oh, did it?
With the help of a parapsychologist. And we put that
You
up
put
on,
it, yeah, I know.
on the website.
I can't.
Congratulations.
And did you read that website?
No.
So how did you know all these facts?
A friend of a friend.
But, I mean, are you still pretty certain about the George Bull thing?
I am, yeah.
I'll be honest, I chose the name Bull for a reason.
Because it's shit. Yeah, I know, I'm psychic. I knew that.
I don't know if you have to be psychic to work that out.
Oh.
Kevin clearly didn't research my story, but...
Oh. Oh, my whole body's fucking dying inside of itself. Oh my goodness. Also, my favorite thing is that she she doesn't even admit it when the information is there. She doesn't even say, yeah, you busted me. That's right. She's just like, you know, a friend of a friend told me. Come on. I'm psychic. Come on. Just fucking...
He's been happy to pump me for information and has confirmed the identity of the fictional George
Let's
Bull.
see this guy.
But will he be able
That's
to
the greatest shot.
George's killers?
Honestly, that's the greatest shot they could have done.
You saw them?
I probably would, yes, I would do.
Congratulations.
Where are they?
Is that the horse?
Yes, that's the horse.
That's phenomenal. Hold on, let's just see the comments. When the girl was talking gibberish, I couldn't stop laughing. Half trance, full trance. Oh, we got Criss Raygun here. That's phenomenal. Everyone's going on semi-trance. That's not the best thing. Yeah, you're right. Congratulations. Was the best. Congratulations. Hats off to the lady for telling the truth at the end. Does she? Let's see.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Or is it that one?
No, it's neither of them.
About it being called the chocolate factory.
I don't think it was ever a chocolate factory.
That's the one thing it was, Goldie, I'm afraid. It was a chocolate factory.
Was it?
Yeah, you see, you've even got the truth wrong.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
I'm going to get out my costume now.
Well, you look good. I'd stay in it if I were you.
I feel a bit silly, to be honest.
Oh,
I'd stay in it.
what do you mean? She got fucking wrecked. That wasn't her telling the truth. That was her getting wrecked. That was phenomenal. That was really astonishing. Oh my goodness. So yeah, psychics are a problem. Hopefully, I think they're not, you know, much like other things, because of how easy technology is and how easy, you know, video is and things like this are accessible. I think that their whole appeal is kind of shutting down. So maybe it might be a lost art in the next 20 years. We never know. But as far as what they have now, oh, it's just great to see all their stuff. Other stuff. Let's see what this is. That's awful. I'm not looking at that. This chat is more lit than the video. Okay, Polly. The fact that you said lit again really adds to that credence of you being under the age of 15 and having watched way too many Jake Paul videos. Have you ever read Applesauce by Patrick R? I have not. I have not read Applesauce by Patrick R, unfortunately. Are you nutty? That's funny. When pranks were harmless. I got a dip now. Herman Pass and Truffle Shuffle. I don't know what's going on with a bunch of move names here. Okay, yeah, you're obviously trolling here. That's what that is. Piggy should make the whole thing. Yeah, I should add about my deck to the FAQ. So recap, mentalists and hypnotists are heartless or frauds. Whack. No, not necessarily. I guess the recap on this hot stream so far, Jibrizy is kind of a funny cunt, and psychics are the worst kind of people, right? Psychics are just kind of the worst kinds of people, and I think that there is nothing but psychics being dicks on YouTube, which is great to watch. So I took an early lunch just for you. That's kind of funny. Groovy, there you go. You're dropping that 70s lingo as opposed to the more modern lit and fam. Oh, Jesus Christ. What else did I... Is that... Oh, or Uri. This goes back to Uri. I like how from Uri Geller I went off on a tangent on how psychics are awful people. But Uri Geller is one that's fairly interesting to look. And for the stuff that I had to look up, obviously for that little video, it's kind of interesting to see. Because there's video of him in Israel and video of him when he was younger just performing stuff. And you see the the hosts of the show. Sorry, not the radio host, but you see the hosts of the show. And, you know, obviously they're flabbergasted, and he kind of projects it as actual psychic phenomena, which is just, you know, hysterical. 3 a.m. Hey, boy. So wait, what's the regretting it? Not enough cunt jokes. Yeah, you know, it's more of a serious video, I guess. Don't want it to get super demonetized like the other ones. So you should visit a psychic with a hidden camera. There's actually a couple nearby. There's, I think, 4 that I could think of now, which is crazy to me because that's 4 psychics that have like their own buildings and like their own, they have to pay rent for those buildings, they have to, you know, pay certain things. So I imagine that they're still getting enough clientele where they could at least manage the rent on those buildings and still have their stuff up. So that just blows my fucking mind. There's one that's actually pretty big from what I've seen, so I have no idea how they manage that. What else here? Anything hot? So what else did I put up? Let me see what else I put up. I know that I want to talk a little bit about the previous videos. 5 magicians that have sworn. That's a phenomenal video if you haven't seen it already. It's not necessarily a tutorial, which some people seem to only want. Piggy, but show me a tutorial. I want to know how C3 works. I want to know how C3 works, Piggy. Bitch, buy it. Fuck, what do you want me to... So yeah, so that video was fairly interesting. Top magicians who've sworn. I don't know if those are actual videos. I know I've had that idea on my to-do list for a while in terms of magicians that have sworn. So I had no idea that that was an actual category of things. So my mom believes in psychics and she's legit done psychic-like stuff to me before. And to people, she's not always accurate and it's really vague. So she's of the type where she thinks she's genuinely psychic, right? Like it's not like she's doing it facetiously. She knows she's actually psychic. Like that's kind of, I guess, her type, right? I think Uri Geller's performance was good. His methods were pretty solid, but him claiming he had psychic powers is over-the-top narcissism. Yeah, there are a couple arguments to that. You know, there's the argument of, oh, you know, maybe he was just into his performance and wanted to claim that it was real to, like, maintain that realism. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's kind of straight up, you know, lying. He's straight up fucking lying, legitimately. So that's the issue that a lot of people had. His methods were rock solid because they're easy. You know, his fucking method for bending spoons, do it when they're not looking. His method for doing a drawing duplication. No electronics, no fancy, you know, pads or anything like that. Nothing that you could buy in the market. Just look at the fucking drawing when they're not looking. Simple stuff. His methods on doing drawing dupes when they've hidden the drawings beforehand. Again, astonishing stuff. And the simplest thing, just literally look at it when nobody's looking. Great stuff, you know. But again, just hampered by his performance and his not his performance, sorry, his outright refusal to say that he's using anything other than psychic fucking powers. I just started with card tricks. Thank you so much for those awesome videos. Really helpful and entertaining. A Terminator. Thank you, man. I greatly appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying my stuff and enjoying the stuff that I'm putting up. I had a corporate gig. Oh, I have a corporate gig in a month. How to build a theme for a routine and how to keep the pacing. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. The only thing I could tell you is obviously you're not going to go in there raw after not having practiced. So you need to make sure that you have at least some performance under your tool belt before you do that. And to make sure that, you know, whatever it is that you do plan on doing, that it's already rehearsed and practiced in front of people before you go over and actually go to the gig, I would say. Let's see. Favorite impression device, if any. I do have the one with the Sharpie. What's the fucking one by Rob Smith? Cypher. Cypher's good. It's a little bit weak, I guess, I think, compared to other stuff. There's another amazing technique using wax that I think is better than Cypher and could be done with more layers between you and the actual thing that you need. So Cypher's all right, but you need to have literally nothing between you and the writing surface. So whatever you're writing on and the impression device, you need to have literally nothing because it's pretty weak in my experience. And unless you have that thing by Bobby Mata, that's literally you're writing on the gimmick itself. So that one's not bad. There's one with the wax. I think that one's a good one. There's another one. Carbon. I played a little bit with carbon paper, which is increasingly hard to find now, but carbon paper is not that hard to use. And also pretty good at getting impressions if you have the right sort of thing that you write on. So if it's a pad with thin paper, you're going to be able to do it every time. So there's a couple different ways to do it. Steam 2.0 is good, but it is limited in terms of refills. So you're not going to be able to get refills. You know, it's a limited performance, I guess. For like something like carbon paper, you could literally buy a pack and you're good for years. For something like Steam, you could only literally do it 100 times. But I guess the concept, it does work with other things. I just don't like those tricks that have a lifespan to it. Let's see. Hey, boy, best channel on YouTube. Get Piggy to 100K. Do it, dog. Do it. That's up to you guys. You guys got to share this shit. To an extent, yes, but most... That's funny. You're talking about psychics and stuff. Do you have a favorite order of the 4 suits? Yeah, spades. Wait, spades, diamond, club, and hearts. Why do I feel like there's more letters there? Spades, diamonds, clubs, hearts. The number typically, I think, is easier. So it's either chased or shocked. I like shocked for certain things because it's an order by the amount of pips or the amount of points on the suit. So for example, shocked, it's spade with 1 point, heart with 2 points, club with 3, and then diamond obviously with 4. I like that, but chased is just the universal one. So chase is the one that I kind of always stick to. Even though shock does make a little bit more sense. The informant is pretty cool, but I just, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the weakness of Cypher, and informant I think does use that. How mad do you get by bad Instagram magicians? I don't get that mad. I mean, it's not really bothering me. I get impressed. I mean, out of 10, I usually get impressed whenever you go to like that explore page on Instagram. You see how much shit there is and how amazing people are getting with, you know, relatively less and less age. So people are like 10 now are doing amazing things with cards, and you're like, what? How? So I get more impressed on Instagram than I do mad. Let's see. Anything else here? I performed about 6 tricks you have taught and others. Thank you for inspiring me. Hey, man, I'm glad. That's dope. And obviously, I always want to inspire people to kind of look at previous works and look at other people's works and stuff, and not just, you know, worry about my stuff, but make sure to still look at books, make sure to still look at old like tapes and stuff. But I'm glad you got some stuff from my channel, bro. You could buy the gimmick refills for like $5 at Office Max. Yeah, you can, but well, yeah, I guess, because the envelopes are also made out of that special thing. So you could buy the gimmick refills, but the way that it's shipped is very nice. Like the way that you buy it at Office Max is not a way that you'd want to do it. I'm trying to say stuff without fucking exposing it straight up, but from my thing, okay. The things that I've bought at Office Max, unless you stick that, yeah, I can't say it. I can't say it. There's no way. Let's see some shits here. Also, people have been telling me bringing fancy cards or something like Citizens. That's not true. I don't think that. I think that's a bullshit argument. The argument being, oh, different cards are going to attract attention. You know, there are so many back designs now that are available to lay people at Walgreens and Barnes and Nobles and, you know, stores that people generally go to. Even if you pass by, you're going to notice, oh, that's different. You know, you see that black tigers are being sold at a Walgreens. That's not a fucking argument. You could use any deck with any back and people aren't going to bat an eye. You know, I don't think that that's legitimate. Especially now. I guess a couple years ago that was an issue, but now that's definitely not an issue. Let me see. What do you think of Shin Lim's Dream Act? I like it. I think it's dope. I mean, obviously the stuff is not practical outside of a sort of parlor setting and performance setting, like stage based where you could control stuff. But I think that it's a wonderful thing that you could take ideas of. I should buy a pig mask and do a Halloween street magic special. That's a long time. Oh, that's okay. I didn't read the last part of that where you turned it dark. Thank you for that. Shit. I'm trying to get through these questions here, but like 8,000 just came up at the same time. God damn it. Okay. Hold up, I want to address this one here. What? Why are people mentioning Harry Lorraine here? Unless Harry Lorraine's on the chat. Wouldn't that be great? What haven't you invented, Harry Lorraine? I've invented everything. Fuck. Okay, how would you describe the current state of Magic as an art form? Or do you even see it as such? Yeah, I see it as an art, I think. It's definitely a performance art. But when it's done well, I think, when it's done well. But that goes for everything. Music, art, you know, painting and shit. That goes for everything. When it's done well, Magic is an art. But unfortunately, I think the majority of Magic is not art. It's not done well, I guess. But, you know, it really depends. Personally, again, I do think that you could call it an art, even though what some people do is not artistic, I guess. I hope that answers your question, but Rick Lax invented everything. Just watch his fullest performance. I realize how delayed the chat is now, because I guess you guys are responding to when I said that about a minute ago. But yeah, you're right. Rick Lax, he's the one that invented truly everything. Harry Lorraine is only a student of Rick Lax. So, grown teenager uses the comment section. Yeah, thankfully it's not permeating with what do you call this? People just trolling and saying, "Hey, dick, vagina." Although unfortunately, I think I just. Oh damn, that's okay. That's how I sound like. Or you know, permeating the chat was just adolescent humor. Tutorial about Herman Pass. I could do one. I mean, I don't think I've added anything to it that hasn't already been added. Who am I wondering? Who did a tutorial on it recently that makes you say Herman Pass? Because I don't think you're the only person that's mentioned Herman Pass. Usually what happens is that somebody does a tutorial on something, or somebody mentions something. Usually it's Ramsey. Ramsey mentions something on his video, and then everyone on the live stream is like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" I'm like, you know, I think he already talked about it, right? So, what the fuck? I remember when he came out with that video on gaff tricks. I think every question, what's your opinion on gaff magic? What's your opinion on gaff magic? My opinion is this, and it's like you're repeating Ramsey's opinion. Like, you know, we'll just leave that there. Grown Psychic reads the soul of George Bull. That should have been that's a great clickbaity title on that, right? Do you think magic is more about the magic, or about the magician, or the trick itself? I think that the difference between a good magician and a great magician is one that's able to kind of, you find that midpoint where they're still astonished by the trick, but they still remember you. So they're still able to remember your name and you and what you did, as opposed to, I think I was talking about this on the last live stream, about the idea of, instead of it being, wow, I saw this magician the other day, he got me to pick a card, and that card went from the middle to the top of the deck, right? I think that it's much better for them to remember your name or who you are. Like, oh, dude, I saw this guy the other day, Jonathan, he did some crazy card trick, you know, where he did this. And even if they don't remember, they still remember your name, they still remember who you are. I think, at least from a marketing yourself sort of perspective, I think it's more important for them to remember your name, but that's just depending on the context. If, for example, you're trying to get booked, obviously your name is the most important thing, and that you were good. If you are just, you know, based on trying to get people to react in a certain way, then obviously the trick is more important. But I think you need to find that good midpoint where they're still able to remember you and how you are, and you as a performer, and the trick. Jonathan Coachman, is that what's happening? Making Impossible did the Herman Pass not so long ago. Is that what it is? Is that what it was? Making Impossible? Who was that guy? That guy was an Indian dude, right? That's pretty much copying everyone else's shit. The only thing is that he has a dope mustache, so that's the only difference. Right? Fuck. Blackmail's good, but again, it's one of those limited tricks, so it's one of those limited things. I guess you could kind of remake it yourself if you could kind of just get a block envelope and just do it. But in my experience, when I've made it myself, I remember buying it and then I made one myself. It didn't come out as good. Not even by a long shot. It might have been just the quality. Alex Fandrea made a tutorial on the Herman Pass. And I mean, why can't you watch his tutorial, dog? Why can't you fucking watch his tutorial? I mean, I'm not going to add anything else that's different to it. I guess there is a touch, I guess, but it's just an angle thing. Not really anything new to it. I might do it. Fuck it. Whatever. Somebody, okay, Stefan says, I want gaff cards so bad, but in my region, no magic shops within 100 kilometers. I looked them up. They're all sold out. I was going to tell you, I remember in, that reminded me of a couple comments that I had in the video where I tore up the deck, right? It's what's inside a deck of cards. Obviously, it's cards. And I was having this sort of back and forth because this person like, you're wasting a deck. You could have just sent that to me. You're wasting a deck for a stupid joke. What is the point of this? You know, that's ridiculous that you wasted a deck. Dislike. I bought the deck. I used the deck. I used the deck to its full capacity, right? Deck was dirty. It was starting to spread at a less rate than when I initially bought it. And then remember, I bought it, right? So I could do what I want with it. So I was just like, I don't know, I was just thinking of that right now based on what you said about cards not being accessible. I mean, I'm lucky in that cards are accessible here. I understand that in different parts of the world, cards are less accessible to certain people. But at the same time, you know, that's not my fault. Fuck, like shit. I got lucky. Again, this all happened, random happenstance that I ended up in a place where cards are easily accessible. If I were in a situation where cards weren't easily accessible, yeah, I would take care of my cards. But I can almost guarantee you that there are certain things in other places that are more accessible than they are here. So it goes the same for everything. So I just remember that comments, or those comments, and kind of getting a little bit peeved. Ramsey went on a tropical vacation. You could do a tropical vacation. I could go on a tropical vacation any day of the week, right? Where I live. I could literally just go any day, just a mile down the road, and I'm in a tropical vacation. So I guess that's kind of the shitty part to me. It's not necessarily like anything insane, but it's still tropicality. So who just sent me? Okay, I thought that was a FBI outside your house. That's always something I want. So B boy. Oh, that's garbage. So South Beach. So that's a tourist trap. Hey guys, Rich Ferguson here. He was one that surprised me with how big his channel was. I didn't think his channel would blow up that as it did, but what's the most fulfilling thing about magic? To me, it's two things. It's teaching and creating. Those are the two things that I get the most satisfaction of when it comes to doing magic. Teaching and creating. The reason for that is I really do enjoy teaching in every sort of aspect of it, every sort of avenue. And I guess I'm a teacher at heart. But creating stuff also is where I get my most satisfaction, because it's pretty much you're able to solve a problem, and if you find an effective solution to that problem, that might help other people, so that might appeal to other people. So it's layered. It's a layered thing. So to me, I think my biggest satisfaction in magic is creating different, you know, variations on stuff, creating, I guess, original ways on doing certain things. That's kind of where I get my most satisfaction with magic. So definitely not performing, not as much. Honestly, I don't get that much satisfaction performing. If it's something that I made up, I guess I do get a little bit more, but really it's creating and being able to solve a problem. That's my kind of my biggest thing. Shit. Hey guys, Robin William here. Fuck me. Thanks for the stream, chillax. Corn is accessible, there you go. What do I think of Takumi Takahashi? I think he's great. I mean, he's obviously one of the very skillful types of... it's very indicative of the Asian style of magic. You have different styles that I consider. You have the European style, the American style, the South American style. Actually, no, I'll brand it the Spanish style because most Spanish magicians are very similar. So I'll pretty much hit the European. I would consider the United Kingdom, the English style, I guess. The Asian style is very focused on sleights, very focused on manipulation, very focused on very visual stuff. I would say the UK style is more based on words, on wordplay, on patter, on speech. Very similar to the Spanish style. The Spanish style is, again, very based on that like sort of back and forth that you have, and very like focused on that sort of story that you're able to tell with magic. The American style, I think, is more akin to the David Blaine close-up style, you know, where it's more appealing to an audience that's in the street, apparently, because that's the fucking venue where everyone wants to see, oh, street magic. I'm like, street magic is the same as fucking office magic. It's the same as house magic. It's just the only thing that's different is that one, you're outside, and one, you're inside. That's the only difference. That's literally the only difference. But it's very funny to see the different styles. But Takumi Takahashi, he has that style that's very indicative of kind of the Asian style of magic, which is very sleight heavy, very based on sleight of hand and things like that. I particularly enjoy it. I enjoy seeing it. I don't enjoy performing it. I guess that's kind of my thing, because I can't do it. I can't do half the things in that style. So that's one of the other things. Let me see somebody else here. Do they have good Mexican food in your area? Yeah, I guess, but I'm comparing it to Mexican food that's not authentically Mexican. It's somebody's representation of Mexican food. There's a great place in a bar on a very famous street here that I recently found out that's fucking so good. So good. So, Gangnam Style? What? Are we dropping old memes from 2000 fucking what, 15? When that was a thing? What else do we have here? Hey boy, favorite film related to magic? Probably Prestige. I mean, it's one of the better one. Prestige in terms of just the story, not necessarily in this presentation of magic, but the story was really engaging, and of course you have magic as a backdrop. The difference between that and a movie like Now You See Me, in that Now You See Me is ass cancer because the story was garbage and its portrayal of magic is garbage, I guess. So 2012, goddamn, I'm way off. Do you smoke, and are you into cigarette magic? I don't smoke, but I am into cigarette magic, if that answers your question. I do love the sleights. I do love all the things that are pertaining to that. But I have never smoked any, well, I guess a vape, I guess, but that doesn't even have nicotine in it. It was just for the smoke tricks. But I've never really smoked anything other than that no nicotine vape in my entire life. So Asian style is very angle sensitive, yeah, but their ability to kind of circumvent those angles are phenomenal. So it's just weird. You see all these different styles from different parts of the world, and it's usually based on popular magicians in that area. So, you know, I guess David Blaine was very popular here. Copperfield was popular here for a while, but I think that what really took off was Blaine. You know, people are trying to emulate Blaine, and we're trying to emulate Blaine. So that's kind of indicative of that, the style that the USA has brought up. I guess North America, because I think that even spanned to Canada. But South America is kind of, again, with that Juan Tamariz style. Rene Lavand is a great influence. So they're very based on that story element. There are a couple that have taken that Asian style, very visual shit, angle sensitive shit based on card manipulation stuff. But it's very interesting to see. Just very interesting to see that the pretty much the region is indicative of the type of magic that you do. X is live, is he? I didn't know that. The most expensive deck I own? I have no idea. I don't know the value of any of the decks. I know that there's a couple that are limited that I have. There's a couple decks that are limited, but not like crazy, I guess. But I don't have any sort of grasp on the price. So yeah, that's kind of odd. What's the other one? I'm trying to think of. I mean, by price, I guess mark decks, certain mark decks that are 30 bucks, 35, 40 bucks that I've paid. Those are really expensive. I don't know if like the decks themselves, I do have a couple gold decks. I don't know if those are expensive. Still sealed. Shit. Yeah, mark decks are probably the most expensive, but I can't think of any of that. Do you have a spelling trick? I bought one today to Magic. Oh, spelling deck. A spelling deck, like an actual deck, like bicycle back with letters on it. I mean, there's a couple mentalism things you could do with that, but I just hate that idea of, okay, I need for you to think of a letter. So here I have a deck of letters that I want you to choose one from. Like, I hate that. Joe Franklin says, I want to say your reason I started Magic. Thanks. Thank you, Joe Franklin. That really means a lot, dog. That's hot. I'm glad that you've gotten that inspired, that Piggy inspiration, boy. Pigspiration. It sounds like perspiration, but it's I have a $100 deck that you just retracted. That's funny. I don't know what you mean, or what deck would be $100. Is the ACAN trick legit? The original seems impossible. I don't know what you mean by that. I had a whole rant on ACAN and those style tricks in the last live stream. I had a whole fucking tirade on people having this perception of like, oh, the Burglas effect, and having this magician mentality of method. They want a method for everything. I had a whole rant on that, which is really funny. So I guess you missed on that, but I had a rant on ACAN and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love ACAN, but I just think that it's a very magician style trick because they want a method as opposed to a presentation, and I think that the presentation and the effect are infinitely more important. So if you do ACAN for somebody, generally, like if you have a method for doing it, do it without any sort of pattern. So have somebody name a card, have somebody name a number, do what you need to do to get that card at that number, deal it down, and you're gonna see that they're gonna be like, oh wow, that's cool. But give it a engaging like sort of presentation around it, and you'll kill with it. But I think magicians are more expecting of methods there. They're like, oh, I want the method to get the card at the number every time. Like that's you're wasting the point. Like the point is to try to present and have some sort of like tangible memory that the spectator's gonna have. So I don't know, I just think that there's a whole lot of shit with that. How much money would it take for me to stick a pair? Damn, you know, a lot of money probably. That's for damn sure. The fact that I would even do it, I don't think I'd even do it. A heckler calls you out on a palming. That's a good question. So I'm doing a card to palm. What I would do, or what I would say, I guess, is, oh, I'm glad you noticed. Because, oh my god, the same fucking email. I would probably say, oh, I'm glad you noticed that, because see, this is what magicians do, but that's not what I do. And then I'd get into the Carlisle card to pocket, where you have to you switch the card, right? So you show them how it's done, and you switch the card in your pocket, you bring that out, and then you already have the card in their pocket, and you don't have to palm that one. So you got into that method and you kill them. You know, just because they caught you palming the first time doesn't mean that there are other methods that you could switch up. And, you know, you can almost treat it as like, oh, I'm glad you caught me. I'm glad you saw it, because here's a different way of doing it. Or here's what magicians typically do. Right? So that's probably what I do. Greg Wilson has a great method in his, in Pyrotechnic Passports. There you go. That's a great that is a great card to pocket. I think the Cherry V1 Mints is 100 big ones. Damn, that is very expensive. Way more than I'm definitely willing to pay for a deck of cards. 100% sure. That's for damn sure, boy. What's happening here, boy? If you guys see how I'm reading the comments, it's so ghetto. This is so ghetto. I mean, cool thing now that YouTube has that they have the live stream. So after this is archived, which usually has an archive, so it doesn't matter. But they have it so now it saves the live stream, which is kind of dope. You did recommend some ACAN download. Yeah, just because the method was phenomenal, and I hate that I didn't think of it. It's Andrew Gerard Hoy. If you look up Andrew Gerard Hoy Vault, phenomenal. It's a wonderful method for ACAN, and I hate myself for not thinking of it. Very ballsy, but very effective. $100 deck is worse than paying $15 for a flourish. Yeah, I would think so. That's kind of an odd thing, the market for buying flourishes, right? Because yeah, the magician came up with it. Yeah, he took time, but at the same time, it's such a visual thing. I guess if you want to support the guy, but kind of an odd thing to purchase entirely. Like, I guess if you have like a compilation and you're teaching like a lot of stuff, yeah, maybe then. But I'm not gonna purchase one flourish for fucking $10. That's stupid. Do I know an 8? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. Not a huge fan of it, but I mean, it does work. It's more linguistic than anything else. I forgot how I know an 8, but I do remember finding the method or somebody telling me the method, and I didn't like the semantic. It's more of a semantic thing than an actual think of any, name any card. It's more semantic. I got mine for free. Hey, boy. Getting them free decks. Hashtag free deck. Scratcher also doing a classic palm and ditch. That's phenomenal. A collection of flourishes more reasonable for like $5. Yeah, I mean, I guess Trilogy was a great one by Dan and Dave Buck. That was like 30 when it came out. I think that was fine. But that was also, no, it had tricks and flourishes. So that, yeah, that was a lot of value. You had some Brian Tudor stuff. That was a whole DVD on that. I remember back in the day, Generation X and all that. But yeah, I don't know. Just for me, if I'm gonna buy one flourish and pay for it, I don't think that's worth my money. What 3 slides do you recommend for a beginner to learn? A double. I would say a double, a palm, and a pass, probably. Double, palm, and pass. Those are probably what I would recommend. A palm, just because a palm teaches you about stuff well beyond the palm. So it's not just the technique of the palm. I think that it teaches you things that are infinitely more important than just the palm. So for example, it teaches you angles. It teaches you about when to do certain moves. So it's more of a lesson than an actual move. So if you're going to learn 3 moves as a beginner, I would say palm, pass, and double lift, because you could do an infinite amount of stuff with just those moves, and the palm really gets you to learn on when to do things and when not to do things. So that's definitely that. Have you read An Octopus Can Palm? No, I have not. I have not read that, unfortunately. I think the book was expensive when it first came out, and it was too expensive for me to be like, fuck that, I'm not gonna buy that. Yeah, boy. And yeah, now I don't think right now I'm not purchasing anything. I'm pretty much saving up to get a camera. That's kind of my next big purchase, which is kind of, you know, I'm thinking less and less on camera or lenses for my current camera, but right now I really haven't bought anything in a while. Really haven't bought anything in a while. I'm just trying to focus on trying to save up to get that hot camera, and I still don't even know what camera to get. Because again, it's all about upping that production value. My dog. Hey, by the way, use your man on the 9th floor yesterday, and they fucking freaked out. Hey, boy, I'm glad. That's dope. I mean, it is kind of a harder routine to do because you are doing the pass as an overt move. So it's like, for example, doing a snap deal. It's like doing the laser deal, right? You're doing it as an overt move. So a lot of people don't like that. I don't. I like it. I don't care. Where'd you get your rings? One was 80 and the other one was 85 and the other one was 10. Fuck. So in terms of rings, what kind of camera? I don't know, honestly, because my thing is that I would like to get something portable so that I could, you know, do more videos like out and, you know, I have more of a sort of portable thing, but you're sacrificing things if you're getting a portable camera. So you're sacrificing audio, you're sacrificing stuff. So unfortunately, I pretty much have to think very hard. I'm looking at a G7X Mark II. That's what I'm looking at, probably just because it does 1080 at 60. It's very small, fits in your pocket. But at the same time, I'm also looking at something like a Panasonic G85. That's small. It's still a DSLR, but it has image stabilization, which is very important for me, and things like that. So, you know, I'm looking around. but I haven't bought anything for that reason. I've become a wave for it. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Hey, boy! There you go. Fuck me. Thing is with 1080 at 60, it doesn't look natural. It doesn't until you slow it down. That's why. So I'm 1080 at 60 just to slow it down. I would never use 1080 at 60 normally. So for sure, get a 1440 camera rather than 1080 at 60. Yeah, but that's overkill for me. I'm never gonna edit at 1440. I'm always gonna edit at 1080. So if I could get a camera that's like 1080 at 120, that'd be phenomenal. But I can't find something that's gonna be good, that's small, that's 1080 120. So I'm kind of stuck, and definitely at a price point that's reasonable, because I'm trying to be a little bit cheap here. I don't want to be I don't want to break the bank. So shit, somebody said, do you think that with all those improvements in technology, magic will be as mystifying? Yeah, because the same argument was had 100 years ago. Is magic going to be as amazing with all these innovations in TV and innovations with fucking video just coming up? So yeah, I still think magic's going to be relevant. Favorite band? Survivor. Survivor is my favorite band, I guess. I have a 4K 60 that fits in your pocket. Sony, right? Oh, your phone. Your phone. Yeah, but you lack that depth. You lack that look. And it's, for me, it's very noticeable when something comes up as a phone, and it's very noticeable when something is shot on like a small point and shoot. To me, it's because you have that depth. You have that sort of thing. So that's one of the things that I'm doing. But definitely I'm looking at the G7X Mark II. That's probably going to be my next camera. Something small like that. I was looking at the M50, but Xavier talked me out of it. Camera with good autofocus. That's funny. I guess that works. How about the one that Xavier uses? Way too expensive, dog. That shit's way too fucking expensive. He uses a 60 Mark II and a GH5. He also has a 60 Mark II, which is a depth of field. Yeah, he has a 60. He has a G7X Mark II, which is also his like point and shoot. So that's kind of where I get that idea from, and also the fact that it's good quality. So, and cheap, relatively cheap. Let's see, easiest card trick. I know, double undercut, classic palm to pocket. Yeah, but then that's the method. What's the effect? Gray YouTube content, or gray tea content. Get a Samsung S9. Yeah, but again, you lack that depth. Small point and shoots. Actually, the G7X Mark II has really good depth. When I was trying it out, it has really, really good depth for point and shoot. Not amazing. You're not going to get amazing bokeh, but you're still going to get really good depth and really good blurry background to make stuff look good, you know. Now phones are faking it. So phones are pretty much using machine learning and algorithms to fake that blurry background, which doesn't lead itself to being useful in a lot of situations. So girlfriend and I went to dinner. The other headphones on the table, you forget them. What? She said, don't leave your headphones on the table, you'll forget them. That's fucked. You are stranded on an abandoned island. What 3 items do you take with you? Water, food, and a signal. Something to signal with. There you go. The effect is card to pocket. Yeah, that's not the effect though. The effect is, what do the spectators remember? Is the card going to your pocket because it's something that you put there beforehand? Is the card in your pocket because you claim that you put it in there like faster than they were able to tell? Like, what's that? That's the effect. I'm not a photojournalist, but I did pass the class with 3. Hey, that's fucking funny. Let's see, anything else here? What computer do you edit on? A Surface Pro 4. That's my main thing. Favorite 4 Ace production is, it's probably one of the thousands that I put on the channel. That's probably it, right? I don't know how many Ace productions I have. I probably think of a new one every week. Like, probably think of a brand new one every week, because it's very easy to just combine different methods, combine different things. So no, a camera with good autofocus would ruin the meme. That's funny. Well, yeah, the G7X has decent autofocus. Doesn't have that like dual pixel, which is what Canon is known for with their high-end cameras. But I think that it's still good enough. What got me though, what gets me with that camera, what pretty much makes me think that that's going to be my next camera, is the stabilization. The stabilization on that is insane. You're going to hold the camera in your hand, and there's no indication that it's in your hands. It almost feels like it's on a tripod from when I was playing around with it. So, satellite motorhome and a credit card. That's funny. I don't know if Amazon delivers to fucking remote islands, but that might be something to look at. If I could instantly master one sleight, shit, I can't even tell you right now. What sleights can I don't know, man. That's kind of odd. Isn't the lighting a good? Yeah, lighting is good, but the thing about the G7X is that it has decent aperture, so you could open up and allow for more light. That's the problem with phones. Phones have a small sensor, so they don't really react to light in a way that like something like a G7X or a fucking DSLR reacts to light. So, you know, that's kind of why I'm looking at that camera. It has a 1-inch sensor, so it pretty much has a really good thing with lights. How's the Surface Pro 4? Do you game on it? Use After Effects? Games, you really have to be limited with that, so you really have to pick and choose the games that you could play. So for example, you know, if you're playing Fallout 4, it has to be in minor settings. You have to make some adjustments on your stuff. But you know, it's all right. For editing, it's great. Editing time is not really that long. It really depends on the length of the video, but in my experience, it's relatively quick. It's not horrendous. The only problem is the screen shake, but I've circumvented that screen shake problem by connecting to an external monitor. So I connected it to a TV that I'm now using as a monitor, and I haven't had any problems with it. It's great. I do not regret any second of this. But here's the problem. If you use it without an external monitor, you're fucked. I'm not comparing a phone for a camera. Yeah, but I'm saying like a point and shoot, because typically point and shoots have very small sensors and they're kind of shit. But something like a G7 is really good in terms of getting light, and really good for quality. Piggy, I can't find the ACAN download. I'm not sure what magic, if it's Murphy's that sells it or somebody like that. But just look up Andrew Gerard, any card at any number. Let's see. Am I a conspiracy theorist? No. No, I would say that I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm more realist, right? More based on evidence. If it's something that evidence presented for it, then yeah, okay, that's cool. If it's something that your only evidence is your thought, like, hey, yeah, it's this is what I think happened because I think it. Like, no, thank you. So, oh, Penguin, yeah, Penguin has it. I think it's Hoy. It's pretty much Andrew Gerard's project on I think David Hoy. Have you watched tutorials on a T6i? You know, I've seen plenty of my own to know that I need a new camera. What do you like about Mr. Mankey's time travel the most? What do I like about it? The effect is phenomenal. I think the effect is something that everyone can understand. It's easy to do. And, you know, it's one of those effects that I guess you could do cold. You don't you don't need to have some sort of like pre-existing sort of condition with the spectators. You could just do it cold. They pick a card of the deck and you're like, stop everything right now. Remember everything about this moment because we're gonna get back to this. And so it's very engaging. You know, it's very, very engaging. Hey, Sadesh, you take care, man. Let's see. Let's see here. What's my accent? I don't know. It's a combination of I got a little bit of that wetback in there. I got a little bit of the Americanized thing, but it's a very distinctive accent, I guess. I only noticed that I have an accent when people outside of when I go out of my area, and they're like, "Are you from Florida?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, damn, I didn't know that it was that noticeable. So there you go, Michael Lewis. It's a Floridian accent. Why did come on, man? Come on. I can't address that. You with the fucking Alex Jones shit. Come on. Am I practicing any new sleights? No, I'm working more on some effects. I do have some problems that I want to solve that I've, you know, come up for myself, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm working on now. But really, you know, unfortunately, my thing now is that my time is 100% dedicated to YouTube and like making videos. That's kind of what my time is. So unfortunately, I don't get as much practice time as I would or I used to get because I'm just thinking of video ideas. I'm thinking of, you know, different things to kind of get Piggy out there. So in terms of like sleights, shit, right now just optimizing stuff. So like working on my pass, making that better, working on dribble pass, I guess, little things like that. Nothing new, just stuff that I'm working on. Alex Jones is a bullshitter. That's yeah, I mean, I don't know if water's turning the frogs gay. So let's see, someone here. Are you saying Skratadu Florida? Is that what you're about to say right here? For 50K, can you wear the Piggy mask? Probably, I could do that. That doesn't seem like a face reveal. 50K Piggy mask reveal, I guess. It looks like an S&M mask, which is why I don't usually wear it for like, or haven't worn it on video yet, because it looks like something you would put like when you're about to get fucked in a very, very particular way. So that's why I haven't put it on. Let's see. Shit, have I missed anything? Okay, so I talked about Jibrizy, I talked about Uri Geller, and then I guess the latter portion of this has been questions. So if you guys have any sort of questions that you guys want me to answer, any sort of particular topics you guys would like to branch on, this is the portion of the live stream that I dedicate to that, even though technically the first portion of it lasts the least amount of time, and the majority of it is just spent talking shit, pretty much. So if you guys have any sort of particular topics, right now would be the time to present them. So maybe we could get a point of contention here. One thing though that's interesting is this this argument that I was reading up on psychics. You know, they're not harming anyone. They're not necessarily doing anything for anything. Like, they're not killing anybody. But yeah, I don't understand how that could be a legitimate point of contention, because they are changing memories, you know? Memories are all you have of people. So if you are altering those memories for the sake of you getting money, get the fuck out of here. You know, who's my least favorite political person? God damn it. You know, not this. Okay. There are people that I dislike from both sides. I dislike people that are on the Republican side. I dislike people that are on the liberal side. But in terms of people that I dislike the most are people that just push their beliefs and impose their beliefs on you. And if you have any other belief other than what they instill, you're wrong. That's kind of the ones that I hate the most. So for example, social justice warriors, I can't stand. If you're a social justice warrior, you're a piece of shit in my book. Same thing with people that are overly right, you know, right-winged. So it's just on both sides I dislike. But in terms of, like, you know, Rachel Dolezal, I can't stand. She's the drizzling shits. She's the absolute drizzling shits. So somebody like that I can't stand, I guess. How old was I when I got into Magic? 10, 11-ish, 12-ish. That's when I got into it. So let's see. You're alt-right, you hate Jews. Yeah. No, man, I dislike that notion of alt-right as well. I think that if you're too far on any side, you're really harming yourself. Oh, another one, Jimmy Kimmel. I can't stand Jimmy Kimmel. I used to love him. I thought that he was hysterical. The moment he got political, he just killed it for me. Do you ever get recognized in person? Nope, not at all, thankfully. Thankfully, I haven't gotten noticed. But, you know, that's still a possibility. I'm fucking starving, dude. I need to eat something. I am dying inside of my body. I don't know what to get. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I tried that Szechuan sauce from McDonald's. Let me tell you, it's worth the hype. The hype is real. The hype is legitimate. That Szechuan sauce is actually really good. Only with chicken, though. To be honest, it didn't work well with the other stuff. So, are you a skeptical realist or? That's funny. Is that a surreal realist? A surrealist? Was that the joke? That's phenomenal. If somebody made a Stephen Hawking AI, will it be perceivably different from him now? You know, that's kind of crazy. I was reading an article the other day of a company that's a startup, and this is just insane to me, that they claim that they have the technology, or that they can work on the technology that preserves a brain. So that hopefully, you know, years from now when science catches up, that maybe they could link that brain and, you know, turn it into some sort of AI or link it to a computer or some shit. But the only downside to their service is that it's fatal. 100%. Which to me sounds like an amazing premise for a movie. Like a wonderful premise for a fucking nail biter. Imagine this. You have a company that they could preserve your brain. They preserve your brain, and they're pretty much able to preserve everything you have, your thoughts, your memories, but the process is fatal. Oh, that's a fucking amazing script. Salad fries from Muchas is fucking delicious. I have no idea what the fuck that is. But yeah, that is a phenomenal. You said, where'd you get that shit? Oh, dude, any McDonald's. The McDonald's recently released like 1.5 million Szechuan sauces to McDonald's all around. So, but the thing is that you can only get it with the buttermilk chicken. You can only get it with the buttermilk chicken. So, yeah, I know, Paulie, but you can only get that sauce with the buttermilk chicken. So you can't ask for McNuggets and get it. You're gonna need to get that one. Okay, Andrew Gerard. It's the Gerard is spelled Gerard, I think. Gerard. Gerard. There you go. That's how you spell it. So Andrew Gerard. Yes, hard-hitting base. There are 1 billion times. Billion times to do that, to get around that. So what to do if a spectator miscalls a card? Well, I mean, the thing is that you could circumvent that by having them show the card to several people beforehand. That's the #1 thing you have to do, because anything could happen. They could misremember the card. You know, it's happened to me. I've had tricks shown to me and I forget the card because, you know, it's just human nature. So you show it to multiple people. You have them look at it twice, you know, doing things like that. Just like, for example, when doing one ahead, there's a very common thing that happens when you're doing one ahead routines, that you say, okay, so I want you to think of any word you want. Go ahead, what is it? That's not the way to do it, because they're going to say, you tell me, you're the fucking mentalist, right? So the way around that is to say, name any word. Name any word you want right now, just any random word. That way, instead of it's them thinking of a word and you pulling it, it's them naming any random word. So it's the same thing applies to those things. But in card magic, you have to show it to a bunch of people. When was the last time you took a picture of yourself? Probably a couple days ago, maybe. As a joke. Shit. Eats. The squeeze. That sounds phenomenal right now. I need to go to a Pollo Tropical near me to get exactly what you just described. What's the best abstract statement for hypnosis? Like to tell me something you're not thinking about right now, like that sort of shit. That's a good one, but I mean, I'm not a fan of those. But a one ahead in terms of like, you know, like the standard one ahead where you're able to predict things that they name. That's what I mean. So it's like I write something down, name a word. Okay, there you go. Shit, boy. Let me see. Is there anything else? Anything else that I put out that I wanted to mention or address? I know Jibrizy. That was the topic I wanted to talk about. Uri Geller. If you haven't seen that. Something else I know that was coming up. Oh, things that are coming up. That's kind of interesting, I guess. Tomorrow, I do have a tutorial coming up. Very easy ace trick. That's what's coming up. I am working on a bigger video, though, behind the scenes. I'm working on a larger video that hopefully people should enjoy. But we'll see when that comes out. I don't know when that's even going to be. I can't even provide a timeline for that. And also, I'm working on a different project. Another project that I think people are going to enjoy very much, although I doubt it's going to come out for March. It's probably going to come out early April, if anything. But that's a fucking good project, because that's a method you could apply to a lot of things. So that's going to be something that I think a lot of people are going to look out for. So you guys should look out for that. You guys should definitely look out for that hotness. What else? Do you ever come to California? I have never been to California. I've never been to California, but I should. And it's a fucking, you know, you have the Magic Castle there. Di Vernon was crazy there. You had Max Maven, I think, is from California. Kaufman, I think, from California. I think I might be wrong on that. But Magic, it's a nice Magic scene over there. Do you respect women? Yeah, I respect women that deserve to get respect. That's my answer to that. Just like I respect men that deserve respect from me, I guess. You know, California is more than Los Angeles. Yes, I know, obviously, but if I'm gonna go there, I might as well go to. It's like if you come to Florida, where are you gonna go, right? You go to New York. Where are you gonna go? You're gonna go to Buffalo? Really? You're gonna go to like Albany, I guess? No, you're gonna go to fucking Manhattan. You're gonna go to the city. So I'm excited for upcoming videos. I'm excited that you're excited. I'm excited that you're excited, boy. Okay, so I answered who's my least favorite political figure. That's funny. Rachel Dolezal, that cunt. Awful. And I'm going to say it here right now. Jesse Jackson, I think. No, not Jesse Jackson. The other guy. Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton is a giant piece of shit. Racist. Racist more than anyone else. Come to Vegas for the big magic thingy they have. The convention? I mean, I went there for vacation a while ago. Back when I was in my previous life. So I wouldn't go now in my current state, I guess, making videos for YouTube. I wouldn't like necessarily go now necessarily. I'd rather go and have some change in my pocket. But yeah. Let's see. You hate Al Gore. Yeah, he's kind of very favoritist for his sort of perception. I think South Park did a great piece on him. Gavin's a little bit of a weird one. Gavin is he's under the same sort of Milo train where he says things to trigger people. I enjoy his stuff though. I enjoy his stuff. I like Gavin. Why politics? Why politics, man? Y'all trying to get me in trouble here. Any applications for 37 Force? Yeah, One Ahead. One Ahead is my favorite application of the 37 Force. Because you could be wrong and you're still one ahead. So you could hit like 35. You know, one cool way of doing it is something that I read in Magic for Dummies, which is phenomenal. Which is pretty much you do the 37 Force right at the end, but the thing you write down is 35 that you circle and 37 that you cross out. So that kind of gets you 2 hits there. But One Ahead is a great way to do it, and it eliminates the necessity for cards, because there's one thing that I fucking hate is, okay, so name any word in the known universe. Name any number that you could possibly come up with. Okay, select a card. Like, what? So to me, if you're able to, and in let me show my own stuff here. Anytime project, if you guys look at pigcake.me, I sell a product where one of the things is a one ahead. It's a one ahead, but it's my take on it, and it's something that I've done for years now. And I love the structure of that routine because I think that the performance and the way that it's structured is perfect for a one ahead method. So if you want to look up more stuff, you could just look up pigcake.me, look up anytime, and check that out. Just to show my own shit. Just to shill it. Do you know that Milo and the whole pedal thing? Yes, I do. I was well acquainted with that whole situation. Very iffy situation. He said things that were very regrettably, but again, that's his experience. That's his experience with it. Although I can tell you that I have attended. I'm not going to say that. I think that's too incriminating on myself. Shit. The Vault. Yeah, Vibe. This is The Vault by Andrew Gerard with Hoy. That's the one with the A-can. Phenomenal A-can, but it is ballsy. So before you get it, just know it is very ballsy and it's not for everyone. What do I think of Monty Python? I think that is among the greatest humor that we've had in any century. So it's among the greatest humor that we could possibly have this century is Monty Python. So let's see some stuff here. That's funny. Have I seen Charming Coin Challenge? Yeah, it's one of these things that to me it's great to look at, but I can't see myself carrying around 3 Chinese coins to do it, right? I can't see myself as like an actual thing that I carry. Like to me, I wouldn't mind carrying a thumb tip because they don't see it. I wouldn't mind carrying a gaff if they don't see it. But like something like that, it's like, here I have 3 Chinese coins that I want you to examine. Ooh. Same thing with Okido box, right? The Okido box is something that's very beautiful and you have a bunch of wonderful fucking tricks that you could do with it. But what's the problem? Here I have a box where I carry my coins in. Yeah, dude, you put that in your pocket? Like you carry that on you on a daily basis? Oh, that's fucking weird. What else do you carry on you? You know? Can I do a double lift with one hand? Yes. Yes, very much so. D'Amico, I could barely do it, but there's one with your ring finger that I could do fairly consistently. Also, Rene Lavand one-handed doubles that are fairly easy to do. Oh, who's better, EvanEra or Jibrizy? Fuck. Technically, that's really hard. Shit. Evan, man. I'd say Evan. Fuck it. You could do it with washers. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, what you could do technically is do the Tommy Wonder gag, right? Where you say, "Oh, this is for the parking meter," right? Oh shit, this is for the parking meter. Yeah, this is what I use it for. So that shit, which is kind of funny. Wow. Hold up, let me make sure that this is not here so I could see. Jesus Christ. If you've ever wanted to show me your tits. That's hard to do from here, right? Especially when the only thing and the only indicator that you have of me is this very weird shit that I have on the stream here. As kind of a good little backdrop, adding to the hot production value. So is that it? Are we good? Is that, I mean, is there anything else that's a hot topic here that we've missed? Because I feel like we've covered a lot, but at the same time I feel like, I don't know, y'all need to bring up some hot stuff here before I dippity-doo-dah, get some fucking food in me before I die, I guess. We'll go with that. X is off. Now I watch you. That's funny. Hey, what the f... Oh, I forgot X was on. I totally forgot X was on. Oh, there you go. Okay, now we got some hot things here that just came up. Okay, hold up. At what time do you normally break in a deck as you plan on performing with? I normally go the night before. I don't, like, the decks that I'll use are just broken in. Shit that I've used. They're not necessarily like crazy decks. One thing I don't like doing is doing stuff with a brand new deck. Not a huge fan of that. Like, not a huge fan of that. So I like a little bit of a worn-in deck, which is why I like the co-pack ones, because the co-pack ones are pretty much worn in out of the box. So if you guys don't know, by the way, I gave 2 of those away. Matt, one to Matt, and one to something with a D Panda. I think those were the winners. I saw you featured on a Chris Ramsey video once. Was that the vacation one when he went with the fucking pigs? Is that what the motherfuckers? Everyone's saying, hey Piggy, Ramsey put you in a video, and it's like pigs in a beach. Thank you guys for that, you motherfuckers. We got some question I can't answer to get demonetized here. Thank you for that. Do you like Immortal Technique? I don't know what that is. I just received the Memento Mori deck. The blue ones are the best ones. Let's just see. You know that one's fake, right? Yes. Actually, no. It's not fake. It's a real deck. It's a circumstance behind it, which is shady. Let's see. Damn, dude. Okay. This fucking chat here. Okay, let me go back here. See anything that's hot. Okay, some one ahead memes. FAQ. Shit, boy. That's fucking shit. Okay, hold up. Now I'm scrolling through here. Okay, there you go. Best billet year. I don't know what you mean by year. I imagine you mean read, right? Best billet read. Well, I carry around a Peak wallet, so that's a good way to do it. Acidus Novus is another one that's great. Those are the ones that I would use. There's one that I came up with. Unfortunately, I can't put it anywhere because I think it's very similar to one that Morgan Strebler came out with. But there's one that I've been doing for a long time that I want to say I came up with. It's a way of getting a full peak. It's different than Morgan Strebler's, but I think, to me, it's still similar enough that I can't sell it, which is unfortunate because I think it's phenomenal. I like the monkey on top trick you did. Thank you, dog. It's a great method. And I do like that you don't have to carry the gaff and you could still do the same effect. How do I have so much free time? Because this is technically my, YouTube is technically my full time, right? Which isn't out of fucking, which isn't out of what do you call this? Wasn't out of choice. There you go. Initially, but now obviously it's something that I'm working 100% on all the time. Am I a living, breathing meme? You could say that, I guess. I'm kind of meme worthy. Some of the stuff I do is pretty meme-tastic. And then there was one stream left. There were multiple streams. That's kind of odd. Oh, because you had Bellers and X. Oh, look at you guys, man. Now I see your priorities. Now I see y'all priorities. Look at you guys, man. Damn, here I thought y'all were loyal. You guys are like piggybacking. Fuck. How can I stop being nervous when doing magic? You know, you practice, dude. I think that's the best thing to do. Practice with people that you don't know. Reason for that is because if it's people you know, you're comfortable with them. So you need to get yourself uncomfortable. And start with something that you're confident with. So don't necessarily start with a trick. Start with maybe like something that doesn't require any sort of sleight of hand. Maybe some sort of card gag. Something that just ease the edge off. And you'll see that you'll be able to, after a minute, you'll be able to stop with the nervousness and stop with the apprehension. How much do you make a month? On YouTube, embarrassingly little. Embarrassingly little. Let's just say that. You know, when I remember when YouTube was coming up and people started making money on YouTube, they were like, you can't tell people how much you make. You can't. It's against the terms of service. It's not. I could tell you how much I make on YouTube, but I'm not because it's embarrassing. Especially for the amount of work. But to me, it's the grind, I guess. It's the grind that you got to do to get I guess, to have YouTube be successful. So, you know, I think that's the best way to answer your question, Paulie. Best trick with a deck of cards. I still have all those decks, man. I still have all those decks with all the stains and all the stuff with that. So those are still things that I collect. All the like most of the, if you guys see the first couple videos, all those papers with all the stupid gags on them, I still have those. Right? Yo, Piggy, CMC was fucking amazing. I went through at least 5 bottles of vodka. That sounds like poisoning. That sounds like alcohol poisoning. Wino cam? I do have a cam. It's Piggy cam right here. It's this hot Piggy cam. I mean, I did, because I was playing stuff earlier, like playing videos. So that was kind of the cam. This is more of a commentary chat. Commentary stream, right? I guess. So, yeah, there you go. I was always on a stream. I would never... Not sarcastic at all. That's funny. Well, streams are another thing that's very interesting. Very, very interesting, because you have different people trying to do different sorts of content with streams. I do enjoy the tutorial aspect of it, like teaching something on it. Maybe doing like an overview of stuff. I like the sort of podcast form, right? That's something that I've been looking to get into for a while. Doing a legitimate like podcast with a call-in show, music, and all that shit. I kind of did something like that recently, but it wasn't official by any means. So, yeah, I imagine CMC stood for Country Music Festival, right? I imagine, especially with the fact that you said that you fucking you went through bottles of vodka. Time to support on Patreon. Hey, good time to show my Patreon. Patreon.com/pigcake with 2 E's. Lots of hot content there. You guys might want to check that out. Support Piggy and get some hot content in return. Have I heard slighted on Lost Art? A couple times. A couple times I've heard slighted. Favorite card is 5 of Clubs? Yeah, boy. Look at that. Now you got it. Will your YouTube channel come to an end when most card tricks are revealed? No, definitely not. Again, my channel isn't strictly a tutorial channel. I know a lot of the stuff on there's tutorials, but it's not strictly a tutorial channel. You know, it's also magic related content, I guess. But, you know, you have an unlimited resource of things with magic. There's no sort of running out of material. There's no running out of ideas. You know, I've been on this 18 fucking years now. So that's a lot of thought that I put into this. So running out of stuff is the least of my concerns. My main concern on YouTube is getting noticed. So that's kind of my main concern. I mean, I was very blessed in that Assad responded to my email and featured me on his channel. That's very nice of him. So hopefully my goal is to just get people noticed, get noticed on my shit. Let's see. Do magic naked 10 times. That's kind of rough, don't you think? Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure YouTube would fucking demonetize my ass more than they already do. I really, you know, Mike J, that Garrett Thomas video with X was really good. Really good video. He went over a lot of stuff. Really gets you an insight in the mind of a master, I guess. If your goal is to get people, because Pigcake is a brand, dude. Pigcake is a brand. You know, it's my branding, I guess. So just like why PewDiePie? Why did PewDiePie? If you're trying to get noticed, why name yourself PewDiePie? Like that's, you don't have to go on a first name basis. I'm pretty sure his real name is not Jacksepticeye. You know, I'm pretty sure his name's not Markiplier. You know, all these guys, like who else? Who does more? Ice Poseidon, who does more like IRL shit. That's not his name. It's his branding. So there you go, dog. A depot. Longest time I spent practicing something was a pass. Definitely a pass. That's the longest time, because pass is just, you're never really full on it. So yeah, are we good? Is that it? Are we? I think it's winding right. I think that's a hot stream here. I don't know, I feel like I've addressed all the things that I want to address, right? I don't know if I should keep this up. I'll keep this up for a couple hours and then end it like a small puppy in the rain, right? So I'm aware of that, RB. Lots of questions. Do I have a female friend? Do I have a female companion? That's kind of odd. Yeah, well, Xavier, it's with an O. I made that mistake in a couple of videos. I spelled it with an E, and he's like, you know, if it's an O. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, you motherfucker. So yeah, so unless you guys have any particular topic that comes up that's in the next, I would say, 2 minutes, I feel like this has been a good stream. We talked about a lot of stuff. Brought up Jibrizy. Found out that he doesn't know how to fucking edit a video. Whereas fucking, what do you call this? God, with his fire alarm in the back. There you go. That's what I totally forgot on. Jesus, that took me way too long to come up with. Holy crap. Hold up. What is happening here? Damn it, son. Okay, there you go. For some reason, this thing disappeared on me. Piggy question. Thoughts on the whole thing where people don't like magic on YouTube like Jibrizy. Or no, like Justin Miller. I don't know if I've talked about that. I don't know if I've talked about that before. But, you know, again, it's an opinion, right? But I am opposed to it because obviously I've made a name for myself doing magic on YouTube. So for me, I think that if you don't see YouTube as the future and the future for magic especially, you're really going to be held back and you're set back, right? So I just think that if you have that opinion, it's because you're not informed enough on YouTube and your only perception of YouTube is based on the shit. Like, it's based on shit. It's not based on good quality stuff. So that's what I think. But as far as, you know, Justin Miller, I think he's come around. He does have that video of X where he's more open to the idea of magic on YouTube. But again, some people just think of it as exposure. I don't think so. Furman, that's my favorite one. He's like, oh, I'm not going to do tutorials on YouTube. That's sacrilege. Here's a tutorial. It's like, all right, dude. If you're going to perform a trick on Penn and Teller, probably an A-can. Probably something like an A-can. Right? Any card at any number, that's for sure. On Penn and Teller, that's something I do. Does Jibrizy have a P.O. box? We should send him 9-volt batteries. He probably has a AA cheap-ass fucking detector. Piggy is 28. That is incorrect. That is incorrect, my friend. Let's see. Go eat, gosh darn it. Yeah, I'm going to do that right off the bat when I get off here. I need to eat tremendously. I don't want to eat fast food, though. I don't want to eat something like this bad for me, which I feel is like a trend because it's just easy. So, yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think that's been a hot stream. Make sure to check out all the stuff in the description below. If you guys want to support old Piggy, throw him some hot ones. Make sure to look at the link in the description below for that. Because obviously this is how I do things, right? So if you guys want better content, that always helps out. If you guys want to check out my other videos, make sure to also check out the one that I put out today, which is a profile piece on Uri Geller. I plan to do a couple more and hopefully do some on people that are fairly interesting. So you guys should look out for those when those come around. Tomorrow I got a hot tutorial coming your way at around, I want to say 1 p.m. Eastern, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. One thing that I am going to start doing on live streams, however, is to make a sort of event for it. So whenever I'm going to do a live stream, I'm going to have an event for it, probably 12 hours before I do the live stream. Maybe, you know, up to 12 hours before I do a live stream to kind of let you guys know that I'm going to do one and when you guys could jump on. Because I feel like doing it sporadically, I get less people, there's less, you know, sort of back and forth, and I want more of a, I want to talk to you guys. That's the thing. I want to talk to the Pig K community here, see what you guys have to say, and it's really dope the back and forth that we have here. So that's kind of the point of me doing a live stream. I feel like it's a way of interacting with the Pig Hate community here and seeing what you guys have to say about certain things. So that's definitely hot. Hot ones, thank you. We have Gray Tea Constant again with a hot $1.99. Hot ones, boy. There you go. Any sleeping tutorials? Nope. No, but that's it. I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thank you guys for joining up. Thank you guys for seeing all that stuff. I'm gonna go figure out different ways to ingest a small puppy but not get arrested.